In the dead of winter, I've been hermiting in my studio to create my next zine, Spring Practice. My biggest challenge creating this zine is capturing a season that doesn't reflect my current state of being. The weather is cold here in New York. My mind is slow. Still, I take the time now to create the medicine I'm going to crave in a few months, when my body and mind awaken along with the natural world. I wanted to share some books that have been really helpful for getting in the mindset of spring, even though it's still winter outside. One of my favorites is Spring Cannot Be Cancelled by David Hockney. And this book isn't actually specific to spring. It delves into Hockney's paintings during the pandemic, when we went into lockdown in the spring of 2020. But it has a lot of really great inspirational works of his, and talks a lot about his process and how he does observational drawings and paintings every single day without fail, pays a lot of attention to the light, to the trees, and it's overall one of the most inspiring art books I've read. I'm always really inspired by Hockney's color palettes. The way he uses greens and browns had some influence in this spring zine. Another recent book purchase is this Painting Nature book by Gemma Kumin. She is an illustrator, and I really love her work. There's a lot of folk art influence, and I got this book because it's divided by season, which I thought was really appropriate. So she has multiple painting projects that you can follow per season. So this is the one for spring, and I didn't follow any of these specifically, but I think I looked at the qualities of what each season's project had, maybe some of the colors and the flowers that she mentioned. And so this was a good visual reference, and I'm looking forward to using it for inspiration for the next two zines for summer and autumn. When I create these zines, I rely on my memories in my sketchbooks and journals to remember the textures and the feelings from the past seasons. I write rituals of practices I love, pattern matching them to fit the months of the year. Spring has some of my favorite colors: hues of pinks and greens and yellows, bright pastels to nearly hurt your eyes but open your heart. I'm a bit obsessive with color, hunting through my materials to find the perfect shade of pink or green to capture the feeling and fun of spring. Winter has been feeling long, filled with disappointing news and tragedies. But making this spring-themed art reminds me that hard moments don't last forever. Signs of hope bloom from the most destitute places, so even without visible signs of things looking better, I'm trusting that tending to myself and to my practice will lead to something good. That sharing my art with you inspires you to create something in turn. One thing I'm changing this time for spring practice is to have different pattern papers on the front and back. This way you can maximize and use whichever patterns that you really like. I found that for the winter practice zines where I had the same on the front and back, if I really like this pink paper, I only have the one sheet of it. So I thought it'd be a nice change for using more of the colors and sheets that you like. I've been trying to use the papers here and there. This is the January pattern that I put in my daily journal. So it's nice to just give a little decoration. And then I think the February one too, I just used yesterday. I put this in here. Had a Lunar New Year themed show that I went to, so I thought the red would be on point for that. Spring practice pre-orders are open until February 16th, so you can lock in at the lowest price and guarantee a copy of the physical zine. I've been selling digital versions of the winter practice zine, and I plan to do the same for the spring one. Make sure to check out spring practice. I'll drop the link in the description. Hope you're having a cozy winter month and wishing you a refreshing spring to come. I'll see you soon. Bye.